When you open your eyes in the morning, before your feet hit the floor, before the demands of the day come knocking, you must speak. Yes, speak, not out of fear, not out of routine, but out of power. Because what you say at the beginning of the day determines what you believe in the middle of the storm. You don't wait for the atmosphere to shift, you shift it with your words. There is power in your tongue. Power to tear down and power to build up. So build up. Speak life, declare victory, call those things that be not as though they were. You don't need the perfect circumstance to say the right thing. You need the right mindset to shape the circumstance. Every morning, your mouth must be the first preacher you hear, not social media, not the news, not yesterday's voice of regret. You are the prophet of your own day. Don't let silence write your script. Open your mouth and command your day to align with the purpose that's planted in you. The atmosphere doesn't move until you move it. You speak peace when chaos tries to rise. You speak joy when heaviness tries to linger. You speak order when confusion wants to take residence. Before anybody else gets a word in, get your word in, because your words are not empty. They're prophetic. They travel ahead of you and clear the path. Tell yourself, asterisk, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Asterisk, that's not just a verse, that's a weapon. You're not waiting to feel good to say it. You say it to feel what God already said about you. You say it to shake off the night, shake off the fear, shake off the weight of yesterday's failure. The enemy wants you to start your day reacting, but you were created to rule. Speak like you have authority, because you do. Speak like your words matter, because they do. Your words are seeds. And when planted with intention, they don't just stay in the soil. They grow into habits. They form your mindset. They give structure to your hope. Declare it. Asterisk, I am not what I went through. I am what I survived. Asterisk, asterisk, I am not who they said I was. I am who God says I am. Asterisk, asterisk, I am not behind. I'm right on schedule. Asterisk, speak it even if your feelings disagree. Feelings follow faith, not the other way around. You don't speak because you feel strong. You speak so you asterisk become asterisk strong. Strength isn't always loud. Sometimes strength is whispering a declaration through tears and trembling hands. But as long as it comes out of your mouth, it has authority. Let your soul hear you say it. Asterisk, I am chosen. I am equipped. I am anointed for this day. Asterisk, asterisk, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Asterisk, asterisk, goodness and mercy are following me. Asterisk, this is not fake positivity. This is spiritual strategy. You don't start your day by reacting to the world. You start it by declaring your alignment with heaven, because when you speak life, you step into life. When you speak purpose, you walk in purpose. When you speak hope, you shift atmospheres. Don't let the day define you. You define the day. The first voice you hear must be your own, echoing truth that heaven already agreed with. Let your declarations be louder than your doubts, clearer than your critics, stronger than your struggles. You've been given this day. Don't waste the entrance. Prophecy over it, declare over it, speak life into it, and watch everything begin to align with the power that just came out of your mouth. Every morning, after you've spoken life into your day, the next thing you must do is remember who you are. Before the world tries to label you, before the voices of doubt and the shadows of comparison try to crawl into your mind, you've got to remind yourself of your identity. Not the identity they gave you when they walked away. Not the name they called you when they didn't understand your journey. I'm talking about the identity rooted in truth. The one that heaven authored and hell can't edit. If you don't tell yourself who you are, life will try to tell you who you're not. Wake up and say it. Asterisk, I am not broken. I am becoming. Asterisk, asterisk, I am not lost. I am learning. Asterisk, asterisk, I am not less than. I am loved. Asterisk, you've got to push back against the noise. Because every day you'll be tempted to shrink to the level of your insecurity, but you weren't made to shrink. You were made to stand, stand in confidence, stand in clarity, stand in the assurance that even if everything around you is shaking, you are still chosen, still called, still significant. Don't wait for affirmation to come from outside. Speak it from within. Look yourself in the mirror and say, asterisk, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Asterisk, you've got to remind yourself because there will be mornings when insecurity wakes up before you do. There will be mornings when your reflection doesn't match your revelation, and that's when you speak not what you see, but what you know, because your feelings lie, but your identity is fixed. Your value doesn't shift because your circumstances did. You're not valuable because you're visible. You're valuable because you're vital. See, you've got to say it until your soul believes it. Say it until your mind aligns with it. Say it until insecurity starts packing its bags. You are not what they said in that argument. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the rejection. You are not the failure. You are not invisible. You are not too late. You are not overlooked. You are not average. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are not defined by where you came from. You are defined by where you're going. Every morning remind yourself, asterisk, I am a child of purpose, not a prisoner of the past. Asterisk, asterisk, I am equipped for this season. Asterisk, asterisk, I have everything I need to be everything I'm called to be. Asterisk, that's not arrogance, that's alignment. Because when you know who you are, you stop begging for belonging. When you know who you are, you stop chasing validation. You walk into rooms differently. You face challenges with a steadier heart. Because you're not looking to prove, you're simply showing up as who you've always been. And yes, there will be days when life pushes back hard, when the enemy whispers loud, when old labels try to resurface. But that's why this is a daily thing. You can't just speak identity once and expect it to carry you forever. You affirm it every morning because every morning is a new battle, but it's also a new opportunity to reclaim your worth, to re-anchor your faith, to reset your mind. You tell yourself, asterisk, I am not what happened to me. I am what God is doing through me. Asterisk, and when you know that, you stop reacting to insecurity and start responding from identity. You stop bowing to the pressure and start rising in purpose. Because identity isn't just something you carry, it's something you fight for, and every morning you fight by speaking it. You fight by declaring it. You fight by remembering even when you don't feel it. Asterisk, I am still worthy. I am still here. I am still becoming everything I was born to be. Asterisk, every morning when you rise, don't just rise with your schedule. Rise with your asterisk asterisk. Why asterisk asterisk? Before the deadlines shout at you, before the emails, the noise, the notifications all start pulling at your time, you need to center yourself in purpose. Because if you don't start your day grounded in purpose, pressure will take over. And pressure has a way of rushing you, breaking you, bending you into shapes you were never meant to take. But purpose stabilizes. Purpose reminds you that even in the midst of chaos, you're not just going through life. You're going somewhere with it. You don't wake up every day by accident. You were called to this day. That breath in your lungs, it came with a reason. So you have to tell yourself, asterisk, I have a purpose bigger than the problem in front of me. Asterisk, you have to choose not to be led by what's urgent, but by what's eternal. There is always something pressing, something loud, something unfinished. But when you rise in purpose, you realize that not everything deserves your energy. Not everything needs your reaction. Not everything is your assignment. And yes, there will be days where you feel like you're drowning in expectations. Yours, theirs, the world's. But if you keep your eyes on purpose, pressure loses its grip. You start discerning what's necessary and what's just noise. You stop confusing movement with meaning, because purpose gives your day direction. It draws a line between activity and destiny. Without it, you'll chase everything and catch nothing. So before the demands of the day try to define you, declare, asterisk, I will not be ruled by pressure. I will walk in purpose. Asterisk, because pressure will try to convince you that you're not doing enough, that you need to hurry, compete, impress. But purpose will whisper, asterisk, stay steady, keep building, stay faithful to the thing you were born to do. Asterisk, pressure is loud, purpose is often quiet, but it's always sure, and when you lean into that quiet certainty, something shifts. You start to move different, think different, you're no longer reacting to the moment, you're responding to the mission. This is why you must remind yourself daily, asterisk, my life has weight, my calling has value, my presence has purpose. Asterisk, when you know that, you stop apologizing for taking your time. You stop comparing your pace. You stop panicking when the plan changes, because you trust the one who gave you the purpose in the first place. You understand that delay doesn't mean denial, and pressure doesn't mean purpose is absent. In fact, sometimes pressure shows up when purpose is close, because the enemy knows you're near to breakthrough. So, don't let pressure make you forget your why. Don't let the need to perform rob you of your need to be present. Look in the mirror and speak this over your life. Asterisk, I am here on purpose, with purpose for purpose. I am not late, I am not behind, I am becoming daily what I was created to be. Asterisk, and if the day gets hard, and it will, you don't quit, you don't fold, you pause, you breathe, and you realign with your purpose. You remind yourself, asterisk, I'm not here to impress. I'm here to impact. Asterisk, let this be your rhythm. Speak life, speak identity, speak purpose. Because when you do, pressure can't crush you. Fear can't freeze you. Distractions can't detour you. Your day isn't just about surviving. It's about advancing. You are not just on a clock. You are on assignment. Walk in that. Declare that, and let everything that tries to pull you off track be met with the unwavering truth of your purpose. You have to tell yourself every morning that you are not a victim, you are a victor. Life may have dealt you some hard hands, you may have faced rejection, failure, betrayal, and disappointment, but you're still here. You're still standing. You've survived things that tried to break you, and that alone is proof that victory is in your DNA. So stop rehearsing your pain and start declaring your promise. You cannot walk in victory while your mouth is full of defeat. Every morning, your confession must line up with your calling. If you speak like you're defeated, you'll start living like you are. If all you ever do is echo your wounds, you'll never activate your healing. But when you rise up and declare, asterisk, I am more than a conqueror, asterisk, even when the battle is still raging, something shifts, something unlocks, because victory isn't about avoiding struggle, it's about standing strong in the midst of it. It's about choosing to speak strength when weakness tries to win. You don't have to pretend the pain isn't real. You don't have to deny that the tears happened, but you do have to decide not to let those moments write your identity. You might have gone through it, but you are not what you went through. You are not stuck. You are not a statistic. You are not finished, so stop telling yourself stories that keep you bound. Stop echoing the lies that were spoken over you in seasons of brokenness. Speak the truth that sets you free. Say it until you believe it. Asterisk, I am rising, I am healing, I am overcoming. Asterisk, there's no power in replaying the problem, but there is power in speaking the promise. Every morning say it. Asterisk, today I walk in victory. Today I walk in authority. Today I face what comes my way with the strength of the God who lives in me. Asterisk, your words are not just sounds, they are weapons, they fight for your peace, they defend your purpose, they build your faith, and they silence every whisper of defeat. Sometimes victory isn't loud, it's not a shout, it's a whisper that says, asterisk, I'm still going. Asterisk, it's a quiet choice to get up again when everything in you says stay down. It's opening your mouth and declaring life when death tried to take your hope. Speak like someone who expects breakthrough. Speak like someone who knows healing is possible. Speak like someone who understands that what you say is shaping what you see. You have to see yourself differently. You are not a casualty. You are a conqueror. You're not fragile. You're favored. You're not barely getting by. You are walking in grace, and grace doesn't just forgive you. Grace strengthens you, grace carries you, grace covers you, and if grace has you, nothing can stop you, not even what's behind you. This is the posture of victory, not arrogance, but authority. You don't beg for breakthrough, you declare it. You don't hope for strength, you call it forth. You don't shrink under pressure, you rise in purpose, and when the enemy tries to remind you of your past, remind him of his place beneath your feet. So say it now and say it tomorrow, and keep saying it until it becomes your reality. Asterisk, I am not a victim. I am victorious. I am not defeated. I am delivered. I am not what I lost. I am what I've learned. Asterisk, you don't have to wait until the battle is over to talk like a winner. Speak victory in the middle of the storm, and watch your words create the path that leads you out. Gratitude. Every morning, you must clothe your mind in it like armor, because the moment you wake up, life will start demanding things. Your to-do list will scream, your phone will buzz, your schedule will press in on your peace. But gratitude is what steadies you. It guards your mind from the invasion of anxiety. It doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you've chosen to see what's still good even in the middle of what's still hard. When your first thoughts are focused on what's missing, what's wrong, what hurts, you are giving the enemy access to your thoughts before God gets your praise. But when you start with gratitude, you're saying, asterisk, I refuse to let lack speak louder than love. Asterisk, you're saying, asterisk, I may not have everything I want, but I still thank God for what I have. Asterisk, that's not weakness, that's spiritual maturity. Because it takes strength to say thank you while you're still waiting. It takes discipline to praise while pressure is pushing in, and that's exactly why you must do it. Every morning, tell yourself, asterisk, I will not be ruled by complaints. I will be led by gratitude. Asterisk, gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a weapon. It cuts through the fog of negativity. It shifts your focus from what's against you to what's working for you. You start seeing blessings where before you only saw burdens. And when your mind is filled with thanks, your heart becomes stronger, your mood becomes lighter, your spirit becomes clearer. Because thanksgiving opens the door for joy to enter in. Say it out loud. Asterisk, I'm grateful for breath in my body. I'm grateful for another chance. I'm grateful for the lessons learned, even from the hard places. Asterisk, don't let your mouth start the day with bitterness. Let it begin with blessing. Thank God for the things you prayed for that are now your reality. Thank Him for the doors that closed, because some of those no's were really protection. Thank Him for the delays, because some of them were divine. You can't control every circumstance, but you can always choose your perspective. Gratitude doesn't mean you deny your pain. It means you decide not to let pain have the final word. It means you anchor your mind in what's eternal instead of what's emotional. When you're grateful, you stop trying to control everything and start trusting the one who's always been in control. That trust brings rest. That rest gives peace. And that peace will guard your mind like a shield when life tries to shake you. This is why every morning, before the weight of the world touches your shoulders, speak gratitude over yourself. Asterisk, I thank God for the strength to rise. I thank Him for the mercy that met me again. I thank Him for the unseen favor that is already going ahead of me today. Asterisk, even if things aren't where you want them to be, gratitude helps you see that you're not where you used to be. It reminds you that progress is still progress even if it's slow, even if it's quiet. There's something powerful about beginning your day in gratitude. It tells your mind what to look for. And when you train your eyes to look for blessings, you start seeing miracles in moments that others miss. You find peace in chaos. You find hope in waiting. You find God even in the small, silent places. So let this be part of your daily declaration. Asterisk today, I choose to be grateful. Not because everything is easy, but because God is still good. I may have questions, but I still have faith. I may feel pressure, but I still have purpose, and for that, I give thanks. Asterisk, let your gratitude go before you and watch how your entire day begins to respond. Every morning, you must wake up with expectation, not the kind that waits for everything to be perfect, but the kind that dares to believe something good can still happen, right here, right now, in the middle of the mess. Expectation is not wishful thinking. It is the quiet strength of faith that refuses to settle for survival. It is the heart's way of saying, asterisk, I still believe there's more. Asterisk, because when you expect nothing, you see nothing. But when you expect favor, you begin to recognize doors you used to walk past. When you expect peace, you start to reject anything that disrupts it. You have to train your soul to expect God to move. Not out of entitlement, but out of trust. He's been faithful before. He didn't bring you this far to forget you now. Expectation pulls the future into the present. It gives your spirit posture. It makes you sit up a little straighter, look a little higher, walk a little bolder. You start to live with a readiness that attracts opportunity. You stop dragging through the day, and you begin to walk like something is coming that you're not willing to miss. Declare it before the sun is up. Asterisk, I expect breakthrough. I expect healing. I expect restoration. I expect clarity. I expect divine interruption. I expect something good to come out of this day. Asterisk, not because it's easy, but because God is still in it, even when it's quiet. Even when it's slow, even when it doesn't feel like it. Expectation is not about hype, it's about hope. And hope is not weak. Hope is not naive. Hope is the fuel of the resilient. Too many people wake up already defeated, already bracing for bad news, already dragging the weight of yesterday into today. But not you. You wake up expecting something different. Not because life has always been fair to you, but because God has always been faithful. When others see closed doors, you wake up expecting a window. When others expect trouble, you wake up expecting grace to meet you in the hallway before the door even opens. This is not denial, it's direction. It's not that you ignore the storm, it's that you expect peace to speak in the middle of it. You may not know how the day will unfold, but you know who's holding it. So you speak to your day with authority. Asterisk, something good is coming from this. Something is shifting. I expect divine timing, not my own. I expect favor to meet me where I step. Asterisk, and when you expect it, you prepare for it. You carry yourself like the answer is already in motion. Because that's what faith does. It makes room for what's not visible yet. Expectation builds the container for your blessing, and if you stop expecting, you stop receiving. Miracles don't often come to the passive. They come to the prepared. They come to those who say, asterisk, even if I have to wait, I'll wait with my head up. I'll wait with my heart open. I'll wait with my hands ready to receive. Asterisk, that kind of waiting isn't empty. It's powerful. So every morning, speak it, expect it, believe it. Don't just go through the motions. Go through the moments with a mindset that something greater is on the way. Speak it before you see it. Expect it before you touch it. And watch how heaven starts to respond to your faith. You don't have to understand how it's coming. You just have to believe that it is. Speak life, speak identity, speak purpose, speak victory, speak gratitude. And then cap it with expectation. Because when your day starts with hope, your day begins with power.